Okay, should be good now.
Durin Derbegerner.
Hmm.
Alright. First things first. The ceremonial dusting of those two.
Dusting?
Yes.
Oh,
Not feel very good.
the Thanos thing. Got it. I was like, you're dusting off something, huh?
Yes, I reduced two player characters to dust because the player is not here.
Yes.
Alright. Does anybody remember what happened last week?
We met the Gobbo guy, and he talked a lot about his Gobbos.
Met Gabo, saw a thing come and pick up bodies. Things happened. That's about it.
Yeah.
Conversations were had, things were found.
Yeah, I believe the majority of the conversation was just talking to him, or majority of the session was just talking to him,
Yes.
because he's a very interesting, super smart Gobbo like beastie. Do we wish to continue talking to Mr. Clank Clank Metal Gobbo guy?
Pretty
Hey.
sure which chapter now.
And Adel Serde led you all to go and continue traveling.
Ah. Okay.
More travels.
Hooray, more walking or flying or whatever. I guess we don't have our resident turn us into farts person with us, so.
Nope. She has been reduced to atoms temporarily.
She's been reduced to farts and can't change back. So, will our great and glorious leader be continuing us along our way, or?
You moved a
I
tile.
did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, more things.
Oh boy.
What in the Sam hell?
The abomination of the day is.
It's just a regular old weird looking circle, it's fine.
Yeah, that may or may not be used for rituals or summoning. I literally said I've been playing Cult of the Lamb. I know how this goes.
So
As you all walk up, you notice the place is overgrown with vegetation, having not been visited in who knows how many years. You see strange markings inscribed in what appears to be some form of chalk, which has worn away with the ages, and the area around you looks as if it is slowly has been taken over by nature once again.
Yeah, I'm. LG's gonna knowledge arcana the hell out of this big circle here.
Yeah, same with Otto if possible.
Yeah, and same with Adel if possible.
Okay.
Boom. Yay!
There it is. Yeah, my shit's not loading.
Uh-oh.
There it is. All right.
Yay for super smart characters. We know things.
As you're looking it over, Otto and Adel, the only thing you know is that a ritual circle of this size was definitely to channel powerful magic, but for what purpose you're not entirely sure. And Elvi, much the same, you're not sure what the spell was for, but your best guess is it was for some sort of summoning ritual of some sort.
Oh God. This is concerning.
Why is that?
This is very clearly a summoning circle. And one of
Is
this
that so?
size, yes, and one of this size means that whatever was being summoned is very, very, very big.
How fresh is the chalk?
Seems quite old, I believe you said, DM?
Yep.
It's quite old.
And it's none of our concern for the time being. Al's going to just walk around it.
I just worry that whatever evil cults, like the one that we are currently at odds with, discovers it and attempts to reconstruct the ritual.
If you are concerned about it, then destroy the circle.
How would we go about doing that, DM?
I don't know. How would you go about doing it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I can't tell.
Oh.
Otto is going to walk up towards the chalk just at the edge, and going to take out his water skin, and he's gonna pour water on the chalk to see if it does anything to it.
You pour the water over the chalk, and you see some of it flake away, but it seems to have been designed to weather the elements, given the fact that it is still present after all of these years.
That's what I was afraid of.
Still nod as she sees this. Hey, George, you still have that shovel?
Huh?
She points to the circle. Shovel.
What good is a shovel gonna do with that?
Dig.
You want me to dig through the chalk?
Yeah.
He'll kind of roll his eyes and then he'll take out a shovel and he'll stuff it into the chalk and see what happens.
Roll athletics.
Oh my
Oh
God.
boy,
Here we go again. Hey, at least it's 10 this time.
You push the shovel through the dirt and manage to break up the portion of the chalk that you used the shovel upon.
He'll kind of look at it, look at the rest of the whole summoning circle, look back to his shovel. Yeah, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I'm not doing
Please steal off her hand for the shovel.
Actually, DM,
Yes,
this is a summoning spell, technically, correct?
as far as you know.
Would it be able to be identified?
Mm.
I will try to cast Identify on it.
You place your hand on the circle, and as the magic courses through, you find that the circle itself is too incomplete to determine what the spell originally was.
Okay. I see. Yes, I can glean no information. I apologize.
George will just hand over the shovel, and Otto's gonna be like, this might seem like a really bad time to do this, but can I try something?
Are you
Try
attempting?
what bag?
Are you attempting to dispel it?
Well, no, I feel like if water and things like that could mess this up, unless you're wanting to further identify it, I might have a spell I can try out to see if it can work here. Or
Okay.
in this instance.
What's the spell?
The water walk spell.
Oh, curious. What do you intend to do with it?
Well, if it's always literal with what it does, I'm assuming I can make water walk, and maybe have the water walk around the chalk and kind of mess it up a little bit.
That is hilarious enough to possibly work. No. Go right ahead. I shall step back and watch you. I find this most amusing.
We're just also gonna step back, and then Otto will then cast water walk.
Beastie, do you have a full water skin on you?
Oh my god.
Okay. Let's see. Should be in her bag. Explorer's pack should have a full water skin.
If not, I do.
Yes, she does.
Actually, apparently, no, I don't. Weird.
Otto, do you have a full water skin in your pack?
The one that he just slightly poured out. No.
George, do you?
George does have a full water skin. He does, yeah.
All right, so George, as you're standing there, you feel a rummaging in your backpack before something pops out of it as your water skin, now having legs, starts sprinting off into the forest.
It appears you can't control the water.
You're making me a new water skin, Otto. Wait, what? You literally made my water skin walk away. Not even, it's more of running away. Okay, it's gone now.
Curious. So that didn't quite go as planned. Elvie is covering her mouth with her hand.
Beastie will just slowly look back to Otto and will adjust the shovel while leaning against her shoulder.
Well, yeah, it didn't really go the way I wanted it to go.
Sorry, can you say that again?
So yeah, it didn't really go the way I wanted it to go.
Alright. Beastie will start digging.
We attempted to discern just how silly it would be, but apparently it was even more silly than we could possibly imagine.
Beastie, you will begin digging up the chalk drawings fairly easily.
I mean, you only want to disrupt it, right, LB?
Yes. My concern is somebody else who is less virtuous than we would reconstruct the circle and abuse whatever summoning it contains.
I'll kind of look over to the circle. I mean, wouldn't it be kind of impossible to reconvince it if the ground is broken apart on it? Can't people just draw in between it?
My processes with, or my thought processes are, with enough people that have the ability to construct the proper runes, the circle could be reconstructed and used. Like, for example, with a cult that wants to end everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
And as I said, this summoning circle is clearly meant to something extremely large. My guess is some sort of demon or devil.
See George shudder at the thought. It's like, better not be.
I knew the mention of either of those things would cause you distress, which is why I must stress to my concern to simply obliterate this circle. Or, forgive me, but my curiosity is taking hold again. Someone will need to stop me before I think of something potentially insane.
I mean, BC's doing good work on the circle right now, so I don't think really need to think of doing anything at the moment.
I thought she was just walking around in a square.
No, she is disrupting the circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, plus we
Good.
have a task to accomplish, and I really would not like to stay here longer than need be.
Yeah, that's fair. My idea was silly anyway.
After a few minutes, Beastie, you will have dug up a vast majority of the circle.
Beastie will walk on over to George and hand him back the shovel.
Thank you.
DM, I have a question. I know this is not something that can be done now because Beastie has obliterated the circle as I originally posed, but could some summoning circles be modified?
Possibly.
Okay. If we find another large summoning circle like this, I'd like to... Well, I would like to. I don't think any of you would like me to, but I have an idea.
I think any type of summoning in this area is not a good idea.
I agree. It's just my inner curiosity is beginning to
Then-
show itself again.
Then we do it with the summoning circle we find outside of this area.
How far outside?
To where we can comfortably contact people from other dimensions or other planes. Cause
Oh, right. I forgot we weren't in that. Man, good point.
Because they don't mention what happened with Agam's thing, right? When she tried to summon him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot we weren't out of that area yet.
Yeah. And George will be like, yeah. So, for the time being, I do not think summoning anything for that matter is a good idea, considering what happened with trying to summon Agam.
That's very fair. Though, I just as a theory, a hypothesis, if you will. If we find one that's outside of the range of not being able to contact anyone telepathically, if we were to modify a summoning circle, especially one this large, we could possibly summon a great ally to help us.
Possibly, but considering who might have or who might have not made this summoning circle, I do not think hijacking it for our purposes is a good idea.
I agree.
I against my better judgment, my curiosity is disagreeing, but the majority of me agrees with you. There's just that little
Curiosity killed the cat.
curiosity killed many cats, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
Here, I'm guessing?
Shall we?
Yes, let's go. And Beastie, make sure our friend tags along.
Yes. Friends. Don't forget his automatons.
I do believe it is getting late, however.
Ah. Then shall I call upon the mansion?
It'll check her clock.
It is, in fact, getting late. It's getting, it is close to 10 o'clock.
Oh,
Yes,
that's quite late.
please.
Very well. Mansion activate. We will create the door and just sort of motion for everyone to go in. Because, yay, door. Though, while we are entering the mansion, LV will speak to George and will posit, would your mother... She has obviously great capabilities in summoning as she has been able to at least forge a pact with a very, 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 very powerful dragon. Does she happen to know anything about summoning circles for angelic or celestial beings?
She might, but to my knowledge, when she summoned the angel before, when we were in the other kingdom, she kind of used her own power for that.
I'm aware. She is capable of summoning things clearly without a circle, but for those of us who are not capable of such a thing, I was hoping she could at least have some knowledge on how to construct a celestial summoning circle so that we could perhaps gain allies of more you and your mother's persuasion to assist us.
I'd rather not talk about angels at the moment. We can talk about it once we're out of here.
Fair enough. If you find a time where you wish to continue this conversation, I am all ears. Until then, if you need anything, just call.
And he'll just head to his room.
Okay. I'm gonna insight check George.
All right.
Don't worry, my insight's not super great.
Gotta go Surge's deception isn't either.
Yep.
He seems very annoyed by you asking about the angels and summoning angels and things like that.
Very well. That is a conversation I shall not breach again. Hmm.
East is going to make sure that the Gobbo and the fiery barbarian person do end up inside the mansion.
Zug is presently attempting to figure out how to work with the metal that was gifted to him.
Inside the mansion?
No.
Easteel points at the door. Hey, Zug, go in.
In where?
In there.
Where's there?
She points to the door.
Zug doesn't trust doors.
Why?
They hit Zug.
That's why if you shut your eyes, it won't hit you.
No, then it gets a cheap shot on Zug.
Me here, we will make sure that it don't cheap shot you.
You can also tell him there's a workshop in here he can work in as well.
There's also a working shop in here that will help you.
Zug doesn't need a working shop. Zug has no money.
It's not that kind of shop. It's weird.
Zug does not need it.
Okay, let's go inside anyway.
No.
Why?
Zug must work.
Work inside.
No.
Just tell him there's a place,
Why?
there's a room for him to work by himself with his goblins, metal things.
There's a room for you to work by yourself with your... She points to the automaton goblins.
They point back at you.
With them.
Zug like it better out here.
She shrugs. Okay. And then she'll pick up the Ravager and walk on in. She tried.
Anyone else have anything for the evening?
I don't think so. Oh no.
You don't know. Because you still never picked up on the fact that he was. Are you proficient in using that? You started learning, but you never continued your training. Very well.
That way you'll be capable in range fights and close fights. And hopefully won't get hurt every time we go into a fight.
I do not feel pain.
Well, I don't like seeing you get destroyed. And then having to rebuild you every time you get destroyed.
I am never destroyed, merely disassembled.
Well, I don't like having to reassemble you every time we get into a fight. It's a personal preference.
I can offer no insight in this situation.
Huh. He has more of a personality. I wonder if I can ask Supreme to if he can help with that.
I do not know who this is.
He's the guy who captured me.
Poppy stares at you.
He's the guy who held me prisoner and I think was eventually going to turn me into a robot. I don't know what
I
his
see.
plan was. But seems cool. He makes a lot of nice inventions. Just never got the chance to actually meet him. After that, Hoppy will then go back to his room and I'll get ready for bed.
Alright.
I guess Ail's going to be transcribing Pam's book again.
Okay.
He's just going to be keeping an eye on the rafter.
Alright. Anyone else got anything?
Or I'm gonna drink and fall asleep.
Alright.
Can I make can Elvie make a history check or like a flat intelligence check to see if she can remember anything George has mentioned about any food or drink he enjoys?
I personally don't know if George has ever done that.
I don't know either. I'm
Then you can roll a history, I suppose.
okay, roll, I guess. Right. Right. The extremely sweet marshmallow fluff stuff. Ugh. Good to know. Good to know. I can't guarantee it'll have the same effect, but yee. And with that in mind, she'll probably read a book and then fall asleep. Or at least enter her meditation.
Alright.
Well, after doing her transcribing for a while, it'll enter meditation.
They do.
Yeah.
Drows are elves.
Yeah, every elf has the ability to meditate for basically sleep half the time.
Ail doesn't do it too often, but
Elvie likes to remain alert in case of trouble. So, long rest, yes?
Yep.
Yay. Yippee! Nope. Nope. Wrong button. There we go. Can I create thing? Oh no, I guess I in terms of like food and drink, I could just like basically just make it happen, right?
Yeah, it may not have any of the properties that it would have otherwise, but you can make it happen
Cool.
within the place.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to be able to create the temp HP properties of ambrosia, but I'll at least, LV is going to wake up a little earlier than usual so that she can go to the kitchen and have waiting for the group, specifically for George and Hubert. Hubert will have an exact copy of that orange cake we made for him a little while ago, and George will have a giant bowl of ambrosia waiting for him.
How does George react to this?
As he walks in, he's kind of rubbing his eyes a bit, sees the bowl, kind of freezes for a little bit. He'll then sit down and just start eating. Doesn't really say anything.
Like, imagine a giant like sundae bowl, but like made with ambrosia instead.
Yeah.
Meh.
He'll just sit down and start eating it. He doesn't really say anything.
Okay.
Yep. Hubert will eat quietly.
Aaron will eye this and will say, Hubert, what do you say when someone does something nice for you?
Once I'm finished.
I mean, you should say it beforehand, but very well.
It's all right. Do not worry. Even if they don't say it, I can see. Sometimes verbalization is difficult or, awkward, so I can understand.
And once Hubert is finished, he will then say, thank you.
You are welcome. As soon as I figure out what the rest of you enjoy most to consume, I will have it ready for you at my earliest convenience.
Otto, as he's sitting at the table, will raise his hand.
You have the floor.
Salads.
Any particular kind?
Caesar.
Many croutons, the dressing.
Yeah, a lot of croutons, and I guess just. It's gonna sound like a dumb question. Would ranch dressing exist at this point?
When was ranch dressing created? Let's see.
Doesn't matter. DM says it exists.
Yes,
Yeah,
but now I'm curious.
I would imagine there's some sort of equivalent to ranch or Caesar dressing.
Ranch dressing was created in 1949 by a plumber turned cowboy? The fuck? Okay.
That sounds American, definitely.
In Alaska.
Yep. Okay,
A series of words I never thought I would read.
That is in America, but like
the lore of things in a minute are crazy sometimes.
yeah, like the Netherlands, they have a really popular snack, which is basically a giant bowl of or a giant, takeout box of meat and salad and a whole bunch of other things that's super popular as a drive-in or takeout snack, and it's named after the Netherlands, the Dutch word for hair salon, because it was made by a hair salon guy.
One of my favorite ones is the automated teller service, which is what allows phones to just call directly to other phones. Was invented by, I don't remember what his profession originally was, but back when we still had operators, someone would be trying to call his business, but the wife of a rival would always connect them to the rival instead of the guy. So he just straight up invented
Wow.
an entire service which got rid of the entire job profession of operators because of it.
Wow,
Because
they
of the
must
person who keeps
really hate
pranking you.
her.
Also, before we get started, Nashville Hot Chicken was created by somebody who was upset at their husband because he was a womanizer. So they spiked his chicken with a whole bunch of hot sauce, and he ended up liking it.
It's like, damn, what you put in this? This shit slaps.
Exactly, and that's how Nashville Hot Chicken was born. And now everyone has to suffer for it.
Wonder how
Well,
deep,
I was half a. Hmm?
I wonder how deep far back the lore of like people discovering like how to eat, like cooking steak and all that type of stuff, like meats happened.
Oh Jesus!
Well,
a
meats would have to go way
long
back
time.
to like the caveman sort of thing.
Yep, like
I'm talking
the
about like cooking, like who discovered that like cooking the meat, like cooking a steak with like seasoning and all that shit.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah, that-
seasoning?
that's like medieval times, I think.
Yeah.
Who discovered seasoning?
Oh Jesus! But yeah, the world of food is a very interesting place.
The earliest written records of spices comes from ancient Egypt, China, and Indian cultures.
Yep, that makes sense.
Papyrus from Egypt dating back to 1550 BCE describes some 800 different herbal medicinal remedies, and spices. Huh.
Huh. After George
Well, that's-
finishes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's the D&D for the Ale will look over to Alfie and say, I appreciate the offer, but, well, you should be asking Hubert my favorite things. Most of his things are my favorite things. Well, most of his food is my favorite foods.
No, that's just rude, Lady Adelsade, not opening up to your friends.
It is not that I'm not opening up to them. It's just that you know my favorite foods better than I do.
Yes, but she asked you, so you should answer.
What's
Uh,
the type of coffee that you make that has poison in it?
He thinks about this for a minute. He thinks about this for a minute before tilting his head and says, "It's just my regular coffee. It just has poison in it.
What kind of poison?
Usually a mild paralytic."
Building up tolerance.
No, it adds spice to it.
Curious. You like your coffee extra bitter, don't you, Hubert?
Occasionally.
Any particular coffee, or is it just your average homegrown?
He pulls out a bag from his pack and shows the bag to you, but he doesn't tell you the name.
I will memorize the package.
It doesn't have a name on it. It's just a sack of coffee grounds.
Does it have any symbols or anything on it?
No.
Okay.
They all walk along on over while carrying the unconscious Ravager in like a casual fireman's carry position. Goes, yeah, I like meat.
What kind of meat is your favorite?
Hydra meat.
Fair enough. I should have figured that out myself, honestly. And Thorgrim will
got
sort of
Hydra
just...
meat?
Sorry, say again?
You got Hydra meat?
I can make it. And
Ooh.
she'll snap her fingers, and then one of the servers will come by with a giant plate of Hydra meat.
Where'd you keep the Hydra?
Oh, you'll never know. Wink.
Well, as long as it is freshly killed.
Oh, you'll find it's the freshest, my dear.
Good.
And if you look at the plate, like the plate is literally like there's blood pooling at the bottom of it.
He all makes a face at this, but will quickly hide it. Beast, however, is almost salivating.
I'll lean. Elvie will lean to Adel and say, "I'm sorry. That's how she likes it."
I know.
And then before Thorgrim's about to open his mouth, and then as soon as he opens it, there's a plate of bacon in front of him, and he goes, "Ah, you know me so well."
George will eventually finish his the improv show. I'll just wait when everyone's ready to go.
Remember, everyone, this is our safe space, and I wish to make it as comfortable for all of you as I possibly can. Favorite food, favorite drink, favorite living quarters, everything.
Appreciate it, Elvie.
You are very welcome. I am not searching for thanks. I am merely expressing my love for all of you.
Too bad, says Beastie.
Elvie will walk over to Beastie, do the forehead thing, and then kiss her on the forehead and say, "I love you too."
She groans. Ella's then going to head over to the Ravager and we'll take a look at him.
He is still unconscious and breathing softly.
Anyone here good with medicine?
Yep. Thorgrim will stand up. Remember,
Take a
I
look
got
at
that.
him, please.
Yep, I got it. Thorgrim will start doing the old doctor checkup on Mr. Ravager boy. Medicine. Boop. It'd be great if I had advantage on it.
Nah.
Shit.
You're looking him over, and the only thing you can guess is that the traumas that he had suffered while in his berserk state has finally caught up to him. There's no guarantee he's going to wake up anytime soon.
Okay. Well, let me put it to you this way. If you were in a rage for God knows how long, fighting and fighting and fighting until you couldn't fight anymore, even if you could not stop fighting until this very moment. You got a lot of wounds, both internal, external, bruises, cuts, broken bones, whatever. Looks like all of his years of raging and kicking the shit out of people is finally catching up to him. Which I'm, of course, not surprised about.
I wonder how Bone Masters is going to react when we bring him to him.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say panic and relief.
Yes, most likely.
He's got a flair for the most wild reactions possible, so it's not going to be subtle.
I'll nod. Well, it seems we're getting closer to the north. So while we are here, I would like to discuss something. I did mention to Otto that once we get there, we will overcome what we face together. However, I do believe that we should not fight whoever is in there. At least we should consider fighting him an absolute last resort. Something tells me that whatever or whoever is in there is dangerous. More dangerous than what we have faced before. If we can, I think we should get through that without coming to blows.
So then, remind me again of what our objective here is. Weren't we retrieving something or just checking something out?
Originally, I wanted to discover what happened to Melky's body. Now I have a feeling that it's that Smokey's body is currently in the hands of a potentially powerful lich who has been making golems out of angels.
So we are going to attempt to arrange for the release of her body.
I don't know about arrange the release. I doubt he would give it up for any reason. I just feel if we can, we shouldn't. We should figure out a way to achieve our goal without directly fighting him.
What is our goal then?
Getting back the body, if it is there.
And
But
if
it,
the body has been turned into some type of undead golem, anything like that, then what?
I feel most of us have enough anti-undead techniques that could help against that. It's just the Lich himself that has me concerned.
well, liches are concerning in general, so I can understand that.
We'll follow whatever
Yeah.
you think is right.
Thank
Just
you.
yeah, just be a little
Oh,
bit
no, that's too much.
just
I-
if you could do me a favor, Adel. I'm not very smart, not like certain people, certain elves. But if you could be a little bit more specific when we get to the actual lich person, would be great, because I don't want to, go off half-cocked like I sometimes are prone to do.
Just follow our lead, Thorgrim. And
Uh,
you're plenty smart. It's just that you're smart, and I am. She pauses as she
Smarter.
considers this. No, I just have more experience in this than you.
Yeah,
Doesn't
fair.
make me smarter.
My diplomacy is not nearly as cool as yours, so. Well, okay, it's different, but yeah.
Can I make a suggestion then?
Yes.
The first moment of hostility, or we feel like he's about to take advantage of something, we don't hesitate to just fight him.
I think in such situations it might be wiser to retreat. But I guess we will see on this situation. We might not have the option of retreat.
All right.
Oh, with that conversation out of the way, are we ready to head off?
I suppose. Though, while we are traveling, I would like to at least inquire of your interests and uh, the things that you enjoy eating and drinking, because I would at least like to increase the levity of the situation, because what we're about to do is very not relaxed in any way, and would like to at least lower some anxiety.
Bloody deviled eggs.
Bloody.
Yes.
Hmm.
No,
Ha-
I don't really eat them anymore,
hmm.
obviously.
Like literally bloody?
Yes.
How would you do that?
Well, back when I actually ate meat, what would be done was that, and she would then go through the meticulous process of explaining how to de-blood an animal. It is an extremely painful process.
Oh, I see. So, draining the blood from an animal and using it like a sauce.
More or less.
Okay, that makes more sense. Thank you. And LV the entire time has been writing in a notepad with a quill pen.
Alright.
Oh, Hubert? I'll say along the travels.
No, you haven't traveled yet. You haven't left
Oh.
the house.
Okay. That's
Hubert
about
will
to leave.
Hubert will look to you. Yes.
Since Hoppy is a bit smarter now, do you think you'd be able to teach him how to use a gun?
I can certainly try, but I make no guarantees.
I thought you were already teaching him how to use a gun, Hubert.
I was teaching Otto. Now he wants me to teach Hoppy.
Ah.
Yeah, I figured if I can't make him really learn magic, I might as well teach him how to be well versed in weaponry.
Alright. Anybody have anything else they want to talk about as breakfast is slowly coming to a close?
Nope.
I think I'm okay.
Alright. Then you all have finished your breakfast.
Yes, we
Yay.
have finished our breakfast.
We are breaking the fast, yes.
So what will you do now?
Be still head on out and check on Zug.
Let's look.
Oh.
Why do I feel like something's about to go horribly wrong?
BC, as you come out, you see a few extra entities that were not there, all of which are not moving presently, with the assumption that they were taken down by Zug and his army of gobs.
Be still Tatsma walking over.
Will do what while walking over?
Tat.
As you walk over to Zug, you see him currently attempting to pull the shovel from the golem that he is standing on.
We tell you should have gone inside.
Eh.
Now you had to fix two of them, she said while pointing over at these two.
No. They don't get fixed.
You just leave them out here?
They exploded. There's nothing to fix, he says, motioning towards them. And as you look at them, they look as if they have been completely and utterly reduced to bits and pieces rather than any semblance of cohesive fixer-upperness, I would say.
Ah.
Zug will simply have to make new gobs, he says, once again going back to pulling on the shovel.
Well, we going now.
As soon as Zug gets the metal.
Beastie's gonna walk over. She is still holding the rafter, by the way. Like, does him what? Fire on her shoulders. I'll grip the shoulder and try and pull it out. The shovel and try and pull it out.
Okay.
I'll separate his shoulder. Wait, what?
And what are you doing as you approach Zug?
She was just gonna go over, grab the shovel, and try and pull it out of the thingy, since it looks stuck.
Since you're holding the rabbitry, that will be a disadvantage.
20.
Alright. You manage to pull it free, and Zug smiles happily and is like, yeah, metal. Now the other metal, he says, going to the other golem.
So we'll go over and help as well. I'll step out, and it's just going to be looking around at the scene.
Okay. Did you roll athletics to get the shovel? You have a little bit more trouble with this one, but you do in fact manage to pull the shovel from the golem.
All right.
This will be so much metal. How could anyone be unhappy when they have so many metals to have?
He's the old shrug.
And Zug will then look to you and tilt his head and says, "Why so quiet?
What do you mean?
You're quiet."
Me not sure what to say. What? You worried about me?
Merely confuzzled.
Me, I'm fine.
Very well. Zug will believe. For now, he says.
She nods.
Hello, Chaos.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hey, Chaos.
How was the thing if you went?
Very uneventful.
My favorite kind of events.
It just
Yes.
just felt awkward, so but yes, I am here. I'm only slightly queer. And no one's ever going to get used to me.
Anyways, so what happened?
Nothing really. We arrived and yes.
Did you discern what the summoning circle was for?
Just said it was a summoning circle, something big. I think.
It was too weathered by time and environment to determine what it was originally used for.
Gotcha.
Alright. Are we ready to go, I'm guessing now?
Unless anyone else has any business we are unaware of.
If nobody has any more business, we will go to the map.
We didn't leave anyone behind, did we?
Not as far as I know.
East has the Ravagers, legs following. I don't think so.
Unless there was something that caught Scalodius's eye, I doubt it.
Give me a moment, gentlemen.
Alright.
While the sakura flowers are blue, we are while the sakura flowers are blue, while the sakura flowers.
Question.
Answer.
Would you guys prefer to get into a car that's scorching hot or that's blazing cold?
Neither?
As one who lives in an area where that happens a lot for both sides, yeah, what he said, neither. It fucking sucks either way.
Oh, hi, Chaos.
Hi, I've been here for a little while.
Sorry, I left for several reasons. I'm very frustrated, so forgive me.
Everything good?
You good, buddy?
My next door neighbor. I live in an assisted living facility, surrounded by people with varying levels of dementia. My next door neighbor is perhaps the most irritating, you-know-what, I've ever met in my life. She's currently making every noise she can, yelling and screaming, banging things on the ground, on a table, shaking her bed to the point where it's about to break. And every time someone tries to actually help her, she yells at them and tells them to fuck off, and then immediately starts doing those noises again.
Full on meltdown.
Yeah, no, she's at the point
Associated
where
with a traumatic event.
no,
where-
she's just very heavily demented.
Oh, no, let me finish, sir.
Mhm. Sorry.
Because my mother used to work with dementia patients.
Oh yeah, no, it's
So,
horrific.
something on that scale is probably an event, a traumatic event, which is starting to resurface in it, and they lash out to try to push it down.
It's either that or she's 85, 90, and just getting really.
Oh no,
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with age.
Yeah.
This is just the natural occurrence of I don't know what the fuck to do, panic, do whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she knows what to do normally anyway.
Well, that's the thing. You do it so often, it becomes your normal.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm kind of going a little Dr. House here and being like, no, I'm not excusing it. I'm just explaining it.
No, I'm aware. It's just I'm
This
not.
is why I would never be a doctor. I would literally be Dr. House.
Yeah, I just don't think it. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree with your assessment, but I will respect it.
I'm back.
Oh no, like I said, I ain't excusing that shit. I'm still
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
call him an annoying asshole, but
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I don't know.
anyways. DM, you're back?
Howdy.
And it is time for travels.
I thought you were gonna say it was time
Alright.
for trauma.
It's always time for trauma. It's just, have you looked at the past 9 days?
Yeah.
Hold on. I've lost my map.
Well, you better go find it then.
That's kind of the problem. That's what I'm having to do.
Got it.
What?
Mosquito, son of a. Ugh. One thing I'm not going to miss when I leave this damn place is all the mosquitoes everywhere.
You're always so mean to the mosquitoes.
Fuck them. I don't care
Yeah.
if it would ruin the environment if they all went extinct. Fuck
I-
'em.
And the funny thing is, it wouldn't.
Aren't they kind of like lost? Like they don't really do anything for the environment. They're just there to
Exactly.
be there.
They literally,
Hey,
scientifically speaking, if you took them out of the environment, nothing would change.
Also,
Well,
watch
Sorry.
deal with pest control. They eat smaller, weaker insects. So they do.
Like-
Oh no, I was
Like
talking about mosquitoes,
mosquitoes.
not wasps.
Yeah, but I was correcting Jay because he said that wasps don't do anything, but they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been scientifically proven if we took out mosquitoes, literally nothing would change.
Actually, one thing.
Fighting and sucking blood for the love of the game, I guess.
Actually, one thing would change. Malaria would not be
irritation.
transmitted as easily.
So it would actually change for the better then.
It would be a benefit.
Plus, me and like every single kid in Nigeria got malaria at one point, and that shit sucks. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm full. Yeah.
Fuck them.
I agree.
In the words of Bad Luck Fale, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Huh.
Campsite.
As you continue in a northeastern direction, you find yourselves on what appears to be a coast of shipwrecks, with what looks like it used to be a very old lighthouse of sort. All the kindling that was once there is foggy, withered away with fungus growing upon it, showing its decay through the years.
Delicious decay. Ever the curious one. Examination.
I shall assist you because I want my friends to be safe.
Investigation.
And I already know. Take your better roll.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to have my bestie here.
Well, since Bestie is not preoccupied with being a bodyguard right now.
That's good. Yeah, well, keep on guard nonetheless. Investigation. Ooh.
It's
It's
just a
almost a perfect.
It's just
Almost.
a rudimentary, or it used to be a rudimentary lighthouse. Stones piled up high, with the centerpiece being for kindling that you would light and burn in the evenings to distinguish the coastline.
Okay. There's nothing of note around, on, or anything of the sort?
Apart from the fact that it is very old and has not been used for some time, no.
A shame.
A little bit in disrepair, but not completely destitute. Surprised it actually lasted this long.
Lighthouses are built to last. If they were to collapse due to misuse, then the ships would have nowhere to dock.
And
Yeah,
why
but
are they
with-
not called last houses?
Say again?
Because their purpose is to light up things for people to see. That's why they're
Indeed.
called lighthouses.
Yes.
Beastie looks at it. Looks pretty heavy to me.
No, it makes
Hey.
light. You know, like seeing, not
There-
light as in weight.
There is a light, a big, bright, shiny thing on the top that helps ships see in the night.
It's currently not
Ah,
working right
the
now,
moon.
but
Not that high
What?
up, but it works like the moon to shed light and make things easier to see.
especially when the moon isn't visible at night,
Yeah, like
it does work for the moon in some ways.
when the clouds are covering the sky.
Ah. Elle's going to look to the lighthouse. Does it look like the part that would be lit or ignited is still there?
Yes, but it has a bunch of soggy, very old bits of wood / charcoal within it.
Probably not flammable then.
Don't lighthouses usually have it inside? Or is this one just light at the top and that's it?
Rudimentary lighthouses used to just be really tall cairns without ignitable parts on top of it, actually.
Okay.
Hmm.
I was,
Elle's going to... Sorry, you go.
I was gonna be looking at the this area here. Is this ice or is this like also water?
It's just shallow water.
Oh, okay. I was going to look in the water and see if he sees anything.
You see bits of sunken driftwood, a few cannonballs, and some crabs are scuttling about, eating some algae that's growing on the woods and whatnot.
Huh. I mean, crabs are here, so this seems like some type of life is still able to be here at some point.
Crabs are here?
Yeah, it's crabs in the water over here.
Well, it kind of makes sense. Crabs are mostly scavenger eaters, so they probably have had abundance of food for a while.
LV is going to, at the thought of crabs, walk over. And just for shits and giggles, is going to speak in Celestial and say, "Greetings, crabs."
The crabs will continue eating below the surface of the water. They do not reply.
No holy crab here.
No, Lord Pinchy II.
Also, for shits and giggles, I guess Otto's going to cast detect magic and look at the crabs.
The crabs are not magical; they are crabs.
Okay. He's then after looking at the crab, is going to shrug and then just start looking around to see if he sees any other.
So no
outside of the
Quotor
party,
have
if
been
there's
here.
any other auras around the area.
There do not appear to be.
Check for any NPCs that are aura farming around because the bitches are watching.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like this is a good place to camp for the night, at least.
We are not camping in this place.
Mm. Jubilee, Hubert,
Yes.
Milady?
did you just call me sweetie?
No, I said
can you-
milady.
Oh, my mistake. Can you please clear off the dead wood that's on top of the lighthouse and replace it with better kindling?
Hubert will shrug, but will go to do so.
Jubilee will nod and go to help him do so.
You will have to roll athletics to climb the lighthouse.
She's a pretty fit lady.
They will.
Yeah,
Hubert,
fit in this.
Hubert and Jubilee will climb the lighthouse, and Hubert will begin getting to work clearing out the very old, falling apart at a touch remains.
Out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around.
What?
I thought I said out of touch.
Deteriorate at a touch.
Ah,
You need to get your ears checked, my dude.
I don't sorry, bleh. He was breaking up a bit, so I can understand that.
Oh, it sounded perfectly fine to me.
Oh.
I heard
Maybe
both of them
because
perfectly
you-
fine.
maybe because you are in the States and I am here in Nigeria.
You keep using that as your excuse, and so
It is a very valid excuse.
Well, stop being in Nigeria then.
Yeah, give me a couple of days. I'll work on it. What?
Damn it, Jordan.
What?
what?
Look at shit posting.
What the fuck, Jordan?
What?
What did you do?
Look at shit posting.
What did you do, Jordan? That's hilarious.
I know, right?
Ah,
Face down and ass up yonder. That's the way I like to ponder.
It's even better with the voice. I was just looking at the screens, my front screen, and then my side one suddenly just popped up. And I just look over like, oh god. Ugh.
What's everyone else doing while Hubert and Jubilee have their little cleaning project?
Galois is staring out at the sea, just taking it all in.
George is currently writing in his book.
I was just observing the lighthouse stuff.
Oh, and meanwhile, I was going to go over and check out the cliffs. Actually, real quick, is this a chasm or is this just frozen stuff?
It's rickety. It's rickety wood. It appears to have been a piece of a ship that has since it stopped existing.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna walk across the rickety ship and get to the other side.
All right.
See if he sees anything on the other side of note or anything interesting on this side.
Roll investigation. Nothing of note jumps out at you here. It is surprisingly serene and peaceful here.
Huh. Okay, before I go crazy and try to investigate this, is this just more what's it called? Ship?
Where?
Bottom to the bottom left of Zug.
Yes, that is a piece of a ship.
My brain was just telling me, "Hey, that's a door to someplace underground," but I figured it was not.
It'd sooner be a coffin than a door to a place underground.
Okay.
But it looks like a ship from the distance you're at.
All right. Okay, so I was just gonna keep walking along the coast, looking at crabs and things.
Great.
Thorgrim is just gonna keep an eye on the Ravager, kind of just sit beside him and, be a diligent Dr. Thorgrim.
He is still very unconscious, not waking from his unconsciousness.
Okay. Does it look like he will wake up, though?
In the same way that it looks like somebody who's sleeping will wake up eventually. You can't really tell if they're deep in sleep.
Okay. Are there signs that he's, I don't know, breathing, occasionally twitching, or anything like that?
Yes, he is breathing, he's occasionally twitching, but it just isn't coming conscious.
Okay. As long as, he didn't pass away or something. LV will, while looking across the sea, will sit down and will briefly say a prayer to a Grumbu.
Okay. So, anybody else doing anything of interest? Because the cleaning of the lighthouse is going to take quite a while. There's a lot of gunk there that has to be cleaned.
He's gonna look to Zug, be like, "You been here before?"
Zug will ponder for a really long time, will look over the landscape, looks almost as if he recognizes it before going, no.
And she'll just also look over around the area. I've never been this far north before.
This is north, he says, looking at you.
I thought it was west.
Yeah,
How do you know?
she points up at the sky. If you see that, and she's pointing at a star, that's north.
That looks like a candle.
Yeah,
Why are there candles in the ups?
she looks to the sky and smiles. I have no idea, but they look pretty.
Doug does not like it.
Then don't look up.
What are they trying to make shine up there?
You don't know. We hear a lot of different things.
Doug doesn't like it.
It is okay.
Meanwhile, George has gone off to the east side and just looking out the oceans, writing in his book.
George is doing what?
He's just going to the right, writing in his book, and then occasionally kind of just looking out to the ocean, writing in his book, talking a little bit, and then just repeating the process over and over again.
Are you looking for anything?
Not really. It's kind of just. It's more like just gazing out every now and again, and then just going back.
All right.
Like if he notices anything, then I guess he can try to write something or do something. But
I mean, if you aren't actively looking, you're not gonna find anything.
yeah. I guess I'll do it once over while he's there before he sits down.
All right. Roll investigation. Style. I have to roll randomly.
Oof. So, guess what?
And but
Reason that number 82 that I'm Canadian, I actually enjoy watching hockey games. And right now, my hockey team of choice is getting its ass kicked.
excellent.
What league?
NHL. Oilers are getting their butt kicked by the Penguins right now.
Why don't they just all drop their sticks and start fighting them? Then they'll probably win.
Well, I mean,
That's
in
Ain't that
illegal.
those
something
games,
you can do? What? Ain't that a thing you
That's
can do in
because you-
hockey where you just fight?
They do that,
Yeah.
but then they get a penalty for it.
yep,
Yeah,
5
if,
minutes.
If
There's a
if the
specific
entire
penalty for it.
team, if the entire team except one sneaky guy fights, then you're good.
I was,
Let
I
me
was,
see it this way: they will
I was-
literally put the entire team in a penalty box if they can.
they've done it before.
Yeah, except that one guy that's in the back not doing anything.
Pretty sure they threw out. If enough of them do it, they just throw out the game. Just like, nope, you both lose. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Like the whole entire teams have gone to war. At one point, the referee's like, "No, we're throwing out the match."
Yep,
But that's half the point. That's like throwing out a boxing match for someone throwing a hook. I don't get it.
they did it with hockey rivals like Montreal and Toronto several times.
George,
Yeah.
as you are looking over in the water, you see a small blue something floating on top of the water.
Don't like that.
George will walk up and attempt to grab it.
Stick my face in front of it.
So, as you grab it, you realize that it looks like a rubber ducky toy. And as you lift it up, all of a sudden, your vision is filled with a vast dark landscape filled with nothing but blue rubber ducky toys, which all turn towards you and each utter a very loud quack before your vision returns to normal.
I am terrified.
George.
Okay,
is
not
going-
what I thought it was, but still bad.
George is going to shake his head. He's going to look a little bit annoyed, and then he's just going to toss it towards the group and say,
You cannot let go of the duck.
Motherfucker, you got
Oh, no.
cursed.
You got joined. You're joined the cult of Quackthulu.
George is going to attempt to cast Remove Curse on himself.
Alright, you have cast Remove Curse on yourself.
He's then going to try to toss the rubber duck away.
You toss the duck.
Anyone
So
can hear me?
funny.
Do not touch the rubber duck.
I'll look over. What rubber duck?
There's a blue rubber duck over here. I tossed it to the side, but when I touched it, I saw a bunch of blue ducks look at me, yell quack, and I couldn't get rid of it. I had to cast Remove Curse to get rid of it because I couldn't let go of it.
That would mean it's a cursed item.
Yes, it is a cursed rubber ducky. As a matter of fact, he's going to go over and kick it back into the water.
Alright, as you kick it, you once again get the vision of a bunch of ducks facing you, and you find that the duck is now fixed to your foot.
George, what did you literally just say?
George's not going to reply. He's going to cast Remove Curse on himself again, and then toss it into the water.
Alright.
Am I able to like roll an Arcana check on it from a distance?
No.
Do I have to touch it?
Not to just look at it, but to get any semblance of understanding, you'd have to pick it up and look it over.
Is Identify a touch spell? I don't remember.
It is. You have to be
God.
holding it.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
I want to know what kind of curse it is. I'm curious, damn it.
Where's then going to go back to sitting down?
Identify doesn't even tell you curse it.
Oh yeah, right. Shit.
George just automatically assumed it was cursed as he couldn't get rid of it at will. So
Well, if it glues to your foot when you kick it, it's like yeah.
it could just be very sticky duck.
Ew.
After that, George then is going to back to sitting down and writing in his book.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna be a turd. Sorry, George. Let's see. How far away? Oh, 10 feet. Okay. Okay. And I suspiciously wander over. And while George's back is turned, she'll wait for a moment for George's back to turn, and is going to cast Prestidigitation, and is going to make a sound of a voice, like a low, kind of spooky voice, whispering in his ear, "All hail Quackthulu." And she's going to walk away.
Not funny.
I found it quite amusing.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe we have managed to clean all of the trash out of the top of here. Hubert will eventually relay to you.
All right. Do you think it would light?
We
Jubilee
need
looks over it real quick.
we need fresh kindling before I think it will light.
The basin itself does seem like it should be able to handle the fresh kindling, though.
Have any like
All right.
sticks or something? Any sticks that aren't like wet?
You don't see any dry pieces of driftwood around, unfortunately.
Because wet ones aren't going to light. Sorry.
All of them are very waterlogged and unsavory to work as kindling.
Oh, wait, hold up. Thorgrim is going to pull out a torch and will snap it into pieces and will put it in the bowl, the basin.
If you're trying to put it in the basin, you'll have to climb the lighthouse.
Oh, I mean, I could. Does anyone mind if I do?
Go ahead.
Yep, I will climb the lighthouse.
Roll athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah, you climb with no issue.
Wait. I will break a torch or two and make them into kindling wood, and I will use
Are we
another.
Are we lighting this up, or?
I mean, I
Go
was gonna.
ahead.
Okay. I'll light Smasher on fire, and I'll use it to light the lighthouse kindling.
It starts a small fire, but in order to get it to the degree that lighthouses would be, you would need a lot more kindling than just a couple of torches.
How many torches would we need? Because I have 10.
Let's see.
I'm assuming they're reasonably sized torches, so.
I mean, worst case scenario, I can just thaumaturgy the fire and make it bigger that way.
Possibly.
Thank God tieflings get that naturally.
How much does a torch weigh?
Is it like a pound or something?
It is 1 pound, I think.
Oh,
It just says weight 1.
so yeah.
Alright. Then you would need about 8 to 10 in order to
I'll use
Well, there
all
you
my
go. We have
torches then.
10. He has 10, so there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll break all my torches into kindling pieces, and I'll chuck them in, and then I will light them with Smasher.
Alright.
I'll help him grow a little bit with a little thaumaturgy assistance.
Sweet.
Alright.
So
Alright.
while Jubilee's doing this, she'll just look down at Adel. So why are we doing this again?
I'm testing a theory.
All right.
And what theory might that be?
That something will happen once the lighthouse is lit.
Like,
Well,
Something will indeed
she
happen.
She gestures out into the waters. We have come fairly far north, and we are aware that there is some sort of dragon skull that is housing either a magical lich or one of the chosen of Xanthagon that likes to steal things, and he is housed in a dragon skull, a very large one. I figured if a thief or a lich were to hide anywhere, they would do so in some place that is underwater, and would utilize the lighthouse as a key to unlocking it. That was my theory.
I see.
But it
I-
doesn't look like it's going to work.
Well, let's give it a minute and give whatever can see this appropriate time to respond.
Hubert, in the meantime, will climb down.
We do still technically have east and west to us that we haven't checked out yet.
That is
Thorgrim will
true.
also climb down. Well, if worse comes to worse, at least we've restored a building that, was old and decrepit. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, I don't know if we fully restored the building, but we gave it some light maintenance.
Yeah, we restored its function. Good enough
Jubilee's
for me.
still staying up there just to see if she can get a better view of things, just in case something does happen.
Jubilee, do you think you can see a dragon skull from there, maybe?
Well, let's see. Jubilee's gonna take a good scan around the area.
You don't see anything out to sea, and the cliff rises around you doesn't let you see inward towards land, so you don't see anything out of the
So I can't see anything to left. Can I see anything to the right if I just walk around to the other side of the lighthouse?
Nothing of interest. You just see more shipwrecks and various trash lying about.
Only seeing shipwrecks on the right, and I can't see past the cliff face, and nothing out at sea so far. So, sorry, nothing to report.
How good are your eyes, Jubilee?
Very good.
All right. Well, then vamp out her wings. We'll fly up to Jubilee and we'll offer her a hand.
Jubilee will take her hand. What are we doing exactly?
Testing out your eyes and seeing if anything's nearby. And she's going to fly up further back, up until they can see past the cliffs.
Okay. Roll perception.
Guess Ada will help. Never mind, I guess I ain't needed.
I was gonna say, you want me to do it again? Because that was only a 10 on my die.
Oh, go ahead. It did help.
Yeah, well, fortunately not by much, apparently.
Jubilee, you look around and you see a massive structure of sorts to several miles southeastward.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a skull, but if you look over that way, I do see a structure.
I guess we'll have to search over there.
Yeah, we might have passed it by accident, but it looks like we just got close enough to where I can at least see something. So that's a plus.
I guess it's something.
This is kind of romantic, just us being up here like this.
Do you want me to drop you, Jubilee?
Just trying to enjoy. I'm just trying to enjoy it, milady.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying anything too outward. Just enjoying the view. It's legitimately nice.
The view of the ocean or the view of Adel's Day?
For she's not actually looking at Adel, because I'm assuming it's Adel's behind her, holding her up. Legitimately, this is a view you get to see a lot. I don't, because I don't fly.
Can't you turn into wind?
Yeah, but it's not the same when you can experience it. I'm a puff of smoke, and when I do that, you don't really experience it in your full form like you do. It's just really nice.
I haven't really used this ability for sightseeing, to be perfectly honest.
I don't know, just something about doing it this way is kind of liberating, in my opinion.
Well, if you want, I can take you out for more flights.
If we're ever at a point where we're at an era of peace, that would be nice.
LV actually is going to, because I don't anticipate a fight. I could be wrong, but I don't anticipate it. LV is going to look up at Adel and Jube in the sky, and will suddenly get a deeply start to be very interested in what they're doing, and she will cast avatar form, bitch. And she will suddenly burst into the sky and will join the two of them. And she won't like be right in front of them or behind or beside them. She'll be like a few feet away to give them their space. But yeah,
Am I making LB jealous?
He'll be getting jealous.
jealous and curious. I have not been up here either. Could be nice.
Welcome to the skies, Gloom Hollow.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
She's
Yeah.
kind of free floating around, or being surrounded by a small whirlwind. Again, kind of like Avatar Aang style.
Again, it's not really the same when you're a puff of mist. You don't really feel anything when you're up here in that form. This way though, again, nice.
The wind in your hair is quite exhilarating. I'm sorry, am I interrupting anything?
No.
Well, I'll point out to Elvie, since you're up here, I'll point out the structure I saw. It's a little bit hard to see, but there is something over there.
I see. I'll give it a shot.
It's a bit ways away. Oh, that's about what I rolled, so yeah, you see it.
Sort of hand over her eyes, kind of leaning over.
Yeah, I can't really make out the shape too well, but there is something there for sure.
Curious. If I was not so concerned about the spell wearing out in the middle of the ocean, I would probably go investigate.
Well, good for you. It's not over the ocean.
Yeah, it's southeastward, which means it's landbound.
Okay, well, falling over and landing
Yeah,
on...
just quickly turn Elvie's head the other way. Oh, that way.
Oh. Well,
don't know what you saw, but...
I don't know what would be worse, falling in water or falling on land.
They'd actually
Pretty
both
sure-
be equally bad,
Yes,
especially from this height.
absolutely.
Yes, I think it would be fatal, or at least it would break your legs. And considering that we are currently out here, well, in the water you might be able to survive if you have your arms, but there's no telling what fish are out there. Meanwhile, on land, we don't really know what undead or golems or whatnot are lurking in the shadows, but they seem to be constantly around. So, actually, yeah, I
Yes.
guess it would still be equally bad.
As Ailsarde is talking, she starts to feel Jubilee holding on a little tighter and tighter as you keep saying this stuff. Her wonder now being replaced with anxiety.
And actually, since we're flying now, who knows? They might have remade the angel golem, and it might show up out of the skies.
I do also wonder about the surface tension of the water if we were to hit it from this high up. Curious.
I've been told by survivors that hitting the water from this high up is akin to hitting stone.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
At this
Wouldn't
point,
take-
you now have legs wrapped around you too, and not in the sexy way. More of a please do not let me go way.
Oh dear. It seems like...
George, you can't hear any of that conversation there in the air.
He's just watching them and being like, "I'm just gonna enjoy the sight."
You're right. And now we'll float back down.
You act like we have time. You act like we have time to do anything else, George. It took us an entire day to get here. Yes.
Well, we know where to go from here, southeast.
LV will slowly descend, but she will make a point to deliberately descend in a very slow, dramatic manner, almost like a Disney princess. I always wanted to do that.
I don't know why, out of character, I don't know why, but for some reason I pictured more Bobby Roode descending.
Glorious.
I don't know why that popped in my head all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's absolutely a Poe Masters thing. Just arms out like,
no,
ah!
That makes more sense.
Yeah, of course.
Complete with music.
Yes.
El Memoir's just in her normal stance, but has a Jubilee clinging to her like a monkey to a tree.
And once we're on terra firma again, she'll slowly let go. Sorry. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but please don't do that again.
Did what's on purpose?
Lying is unbecoming of you.
What? She seems genuine.
Well, talking about how hitting the ground hard kind of made me a little uneasy.
I mean, would that not be something you accept if you're going that high?
I wouldn't know. I don't naturally do that like you do. Remember?
I will be the one to apologize then, because I was deliberately doing that.
Wow,
Bessie, what
shame
the
on
hell?
you, Apollo.
Yes.
Oh, you're definitely doing that on purpose. I don't even have to roll for that one.
I put
course.
a GIF in shit posting that would be how Poe Masters descends. Except
course.
instead of it being destructive, it's just for show.
Yeah,
Is that
pretty much.
fucking Godzilla?
Yeah.
No, that's
Like-
Space
I mean, it would
Godzilla,
have the
which is
explosion,
different.
but it's more of a pyrotechnic more than anything.
Yeah,
Not destructive.
absolutely.
It's just
He's-
glitter when he drops down when he finally lands.
Glitter bomb. Oof.
Glitter, it like deliberately in the shape of his head.
But in answer to your question, Phenom, no, that is not Godzilla. That is Space Godzilla.
Yes.
Know your kaiju.
Very distinct.
See, Godzilla was born on Earth. Space Godzilla was made by aliens to go kill Godzilla.
Exactly.
Did it work?
As-
No.
No,
No, it
not at
didn't.
all. Then there's what was it Metal Godzilla? Yeah, Metal Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla.
Mecha
Mecha
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla. I knew that was wrong.
technically, there's also Shin Godzilla.
Yes. New
We
and
don't-
improved
Shin
Godzilla.
Godzilla is not Mecha Godzilla.
Nope.
No, he's a different one. I was
Nope.
saying there was another one.
You
Yep.
want to know what one of my favorite tidbits about Godzilla franchise is?
What?
So, I'm sure all of you know, but back in the 2000s, there was a shitty Godzilla movie called
Yup.
Zilla.
Ah, yes.
That had-
American Godzilla.
Yeah, it had absolutely nothing to do with the original Godzilla. The person who created Godzilla bought the rights of that movie from
Then
the
turned him into a
American
little bitch.
from the American studio for the sole purpose of making a skit where all of the Godzillas are fighting so that he could nuke it and kill it so that it could never reappear anywhere.
Hell yes.
Good. Fuck that shit.
That's a level of pettiness I can appreciate.
Like
Oh
it's
ho, don't fuck around.
like it sprinted at Godzilla. Godzilla caught it, threw it into like a sports stadium, and then just vaporized it.
Went
Fuck
out like
yeah.
a bitch.
Good. Squash match.
Pretty much.
Love it.
Alright. Where were we?
We just descended.
But yes, it seems like we passed by our targets. It's to the southeast.
All right. So I guess we're resting and then going there.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're resting again?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yay, mansion time.
Yay, mansion time.
Mansion time, mansion
Yeah.
time, time for a mansion, mansion time.
So yeah. Door activate. Mention poof. Anything?
No, nothing appears to happen through the night.
Okay.
Right.
What's up?
No, nothing.
No. You can't say like you're expecting to say something and then not say it.
I thought that we had gone to the next day, but I realized we hadn't. So
I mean, you have now, because
okay.
nobody said they were doing anything through the evening because I forgot to ask. So
All right. Then southeast we shall go.
Hey, thanks for watching the video until the end. If you want to see more of my stuff, click on either the vids on screen or check out my YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check the description for more places to follow me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you.